Okay, so we're joined by Light You Up today. If you guys want to introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit what you do in the band.
Sure, so my name's Drew, I play guitar.
I'm Tom, play bass and backing vocals.
Fantastic. So, you guys are in your hometown tonight. How does it feel to be back home, so to speak, on the door?
Should be fun. It's we're playing it's early show tonight. I think it's because there's a club night after here. But,
yeah, propaganda.
But no, really excited to be back in Birmingham. Last time we played in Birmingham was a great show, so we should be fun.
Fantastic.
Who was the last time we played in Birmingham?
In July, last year. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, that was great.
Okay, so you guys are making some pretty big waves in the pop punk scene at the moment. What's your feelings in regards to that? How are you getting on with the attention?
We're really happy to be, I guess, just released our debut record, and the response so far has been great. We're really excited, and we're just working hard and trying to get it out there, and but we're just so glad that the reception has been so positive so far. So it's really all good.
Now, your debut album, All We've Ever Known, has recently been released.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think it's been received by the fans?
Great, yeah. Like I said, it's
a lot better than I was expecting. No, just because to keep it keep it down here, and then you can't be disappointed,
Yeah, definitely.
But it's been amazing.
Keep the aspirations low as not to.
Yeah, well,
we just carried away.
We made a record that we were really proud of, and then we knew that regardless of anything else, we would be proud of it, and we are. And it's amazing to have people, I guess, getting so into it. So it's great.
Fantastic. Now, you've recorded the album in America at Panda Studios.
Yep.
How does recording an album in that kind of situation compare to recording like EPs, whether you've recorded them yourselves or had other guys do them?
Yeah, I think it's the longest we've ever spent on something together, and I think the fact we were in the States allowed us to be locked away from other distractions.
Yeah. And
so it meant that for 6 weeks straight, pretty much, we were living in each other's pockets, and really kind of, I guess, really concentrating on the songs 24/7. So it was a different experience for us compared to the EPs, where we would literally be under the gun, going and record the songs on a set amount of days because of the budget or whatever. And whereas the album, it was a much more, I guess, collaborative process and a more evolving process. So I think that helped the songs a lot.
It's fantastic. Well, it definitely shows on the album as well.
Thank you.
Now, you guys are touring with 4 Years Strong, Hit the Lights, and Forever Come Calling. What's it like working so closely with the other guys in the bands?
Great. I mean, Alan from 4 Year actually sings on one of the songs on the album, and they've been great to us. We've known those guys for a long time through various other bands and through working on tours and different things, and so they've always been nothing but amazing to us, and so we're really happy to be involved in the tour. And then Hit the Lights and Forever Came Calling are obviously great bands too, so it's really cool to be part of the package.
Speaking of working with other bands, you guys are part of the Reclaim Music Group, which features bands like A Loss for Words and Paris.
Yeah.
Does that help you guys on tour?
Yeah.
Having worked so closely with those guys as well?
Yeah, I think Reclaim is a new thing. In terms of it's quite new, so that's still evolving, but definitely the fact that I guess there's bands like Paris who are blowing up and stuff, for us to be associated with them is great, and yeah, so we're really happy with the team we've got around us, and really happy how Reclaim's going too, so that's great. Mm-hmm.
Going back to obviously it being your hometown, playing in Birmingham, how have you found that a hometown crowd actually differs to somewhere else in the UK?
It's always been tough for us. Well,
it's a weird one, because it's always been tough, even though it's our hometown. Whereas the last show we played was completely different to every other Birmingham show.
It's amazing.
Kids would just go mental.
Yeah, I think
it was just it's such a hard one to put your finger on. What it's going to be, what crowd is going to be out there. So
because we have a lot of family and friends that come to the shows, which is amazing. But then also, when you have a lot of friends come to the shows, obviously they're proud of us for doing our thing and stuff. However, I think in Birmingham it's taken us a while to shake off the local band tag.
Yeah.
And so we've always had quite tough shows in Birmingham up until the last, like Tom said, the last tour we did.
Yeah.
the Birmingham show was insane, and it was really blew us away.
Do you think that that's a stigma for every other local band, as whether it's Birmingham, Wolverhampton?
I really don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think it could be a reflection of the fact that there isn't that much of a scene here, so there's not like big fans of local bands. But people see local band as just a local band.
A local band, like a pub
instead
band.
of supporting them. And I mean, we've had great support from our friends in Birmingham, don't get me wrong, but I think in other areas it's slightly different. Like some bands do best in their hometown, and hopefully we can eventually do it, so we're doing really well in Birmingham and build that up. And it seemed like the last show we played, the show that was happening, but in the past that's not been the case, so we'll see how tonight goes, but we are going to have a great time anyway.
Do you have any friends in bands from Birmingham that are considered local bands, or like the big staples? Like I know that you guys know Proc from More Gorgy, and More Gorgy are pretty big in Birmingham. So do you
More Gorgy were a band called Just Like Jimmy before, and we were massive fans of Just Like Jimmy, so we were like, they were a local band, but they were like our favourite band, and so we never really saw them as a local band, but I guess there's a few good bands. I mean, we know the dudes from Ocean's 8 Alaska, they're from similar area too, and they're doing really well, but I don't know if they suffer from the same local band tag. I'm not sure. I
was going to say, in Wolverhampton especially, like mainly where I'm based, there's a lot of local bands, and like as there is with anywhere, but it's when you go to a gig and there's an extra slot for a support act, they're like, oh, it's a local band, and it's is it? Do you think it, like you've said, it's hard to get away from that stigma of being a local band? Maybe
the term shouldn't be used like that.
A local band,
they should just use the name
of the band.
I mean, but I guess.
But then at the same time, you've got to start somewhere, you know.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
You're going to be a local band, because you can't like just go, if you're from Birmingham, you can't just go and do like your first show in Manchester or something like that. Can you? Like it's
and we
just got to take what you can get in your hometown first. So. Yeah,
definitely, and it's an opportunity. We've played loads of those local opener slots of shows to try and get exposure to to new fans and stuff, and so it is a great thing. I just mean that it was quite a long process for us. We were doing better in other towns than we were in our own hometown.
I think that a lot of the cases that's the way it's happening more so. I think I've got friends with bands and they find the exact same thing as well.
Interesting. I wonder why.
Well, you think with Birmingham being the home of metal and everything, as it's supposedly said, you'd think it'd be a little bit bigger. But a little bit of something fun to end on. If you could be in any band, past, present, dead, alive, what band would it be and why?
Shit, that's such a good question.
Mine would be either, I think, like ever, it would be the Beatles, 100%. Just because like they did so many cool like pop fun things and amazing songwriters, but did it first, real like trendsetters. However, more recently it would be Oasis, I think. Really? However, don't know how long I'd last. Don't think I have don't think I'm angry or angsty enough to be in Oasis. But they'd be the two for me.
I'd straight up be in Zac Brown Band.
Really?
Because
we all love country.
I love country music.
I was going to say, like during soundcheck, you've got a very southern twang to your voice as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So stick me in Zac Brown Band. Play some country music.
Fantastic. A bit of Johnny Cash. As well. Brilliant. Well, thanks for spending time with us today. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Cool.